Hello again. Whether it's chewing gum, pop music, or using the sort of jive talk one hears in ghettos like Harlem, the British are always keen to copy the less desirable aspects of American society. The current anti racism, critical race theory, all the rest of it has, of course, migrated across the Atlantic from America to Britain and been eagerly adopted here by left wing and progressive types. It is for this reason that one of Britain's best universities is now engaged in decolonising its mathematics syllabus. There are two reasons for this. The first is that it has been noticed almost without exception that mathematics being taught in this country is a product of white men. The second is that this subject is the ultimate in objectivity, and the very notion of objectivity is anathema to devotees of critical race theory. It will be remembered that those that follow the tenets of critical race theory reject the Enlightenment and the scientific method. How can mathematics be objective anyway when it is based entirely upon the work of white Europeans? Colonialism right there. For this reason, the subject of what is known as ethnomathematics is now being promoted. University lecturers and school teachers are being urged to ask themselves why they focus only upon Western concepts and the work of white Europeans, so excluding black people and their contributions to the field. Of course, there is a slight problem here in that black people have not made any contributions to mathematics when it comes to original concepts or important work. That being so, we must fall back upon the trivial or imaginary, which is not really what one wants when studying the subject at university level. In the description to this video, I give a link to a newspaper article about how this is being done at Durham, Russell Group University in the north of England. Already, though, even primary schools are taking note of this weird trend and they're trying to muscle in on it. Why do I say that this kind of effort must centre around the trivial and imaginary? It's very simple. Let me give a couple of examples of what's going on. Take the base 10 system, which everybody in the world uses, 10, 100, 1,000 and so on. It's the foundation of mathematics throughout the entire world, obviously. Why do we use 10 as the base and not, say, 12 or 20 or 60? Of course, all these have been used in the distant past. The ancient Babylonians used mathematics based on the number 60, which is of course why we have 60 minutes in an hour and 60 seconds in a minute, rather than 100, which would seem more logical. It's why circles are divided into 360 degrees rather than 100 degrees. Then too, in this country there are the remnants of a base 12 system. We have a special word for the number 12. We don't have a special word for 11 or 12 or 11 or 13. That's a dozen. And we also have a particular word for 12 twelves, which is a gross. We buy eggs in dozens or half dozens. The Yoruba people of Nigeria once used a base 20 system. These are all trivial facts. They're curiosities of general knowledge which might allow you to shout out an answer on the general knowledge round on Mastermind, but they have no relevance whatever to modern mathematics. However, one of these trivial facts, the Yoruba base 20 system, is now working its way into school maths lessons to show the African contribution to mathematics. It has no more relevance, of course, to the real modern world of maths than the fact we buy eggs by the dozen, but it involved black people and must therefore be given prominence. That's the trivial. The imaginary consists of things like the famous baboon bone of Ishango, which may be seen in the thumbnail to this video. This 20,000-year-old bone was found in the Congo and is covered in scratches, which might be random according to some sort of tally system according to others, but it may also show that all our mathematics had its ultimate origins in Central Africa 20,000 years ago, at least according to some people. I give a link to a piece making this claim. By this theory, Africans were working with prime numbers 18,000 years before the ancient Greek mathematicians came up with the idea, which they pinched anyway from people living in the Congo. This then is ethnomathematics, another attempt to appropriate European history and achievements by people who have really achieved little and are reduced to trying to steal other people's intellectual heritage. I shall have more to say about the subject of mathematics from a racial point of view, because this business is now starting to cause serious harm to education in this country, not only in mathematics, I hasten to add, but also in other subjects like English literature, for example.